This is Avinash Hegde, Head of Digital Practices at Godrej Infotech. I welcome all the attendees who have joined us from across the globe. I'll just wait for a minute for the rest of the participants also to join. Yeah, we are good to go. So talking of the overall session of today, the webinar guidelines, just to set the context right, this will be a 1 hour session, 1 hour presentation followed by a 10 to 15 minutes Q&A locked for all the QAs that come in. And for any further clarifications and queries that needs to be answered by any chance if it is not addressed during this webinar, you can address it at infotech@godrej.com and we'll be surely reverting back to you on that. So as an agenda of the session, a brief introduction of Godrej Infotech followed by the key session of today, which is AI-based face recognition, which is primarily focused for smart retail technology solutions, followed by use case and demo, and thereafter a Q&A session to address the queries. So talking of Godrej Infotech, it's a part of the large conglomerate of Godrej Group, having a legacy of 124 plus years. And overall 4.1 billion as a revenue. And it's quite diversified across different segments of industries and verticals by itself. Godrej Infotech is a one-stop solution provider with more than 2 decades of experience with services that range from business consulting, digital technology, infrastructure, implementation, global rollout, with a major blend of focus on digital transformation. Talking of digital solution and service offering, as you see, it's a plethora of different technologies that we offer, primarily talking of digital technologies, which covers IoT, AI, ML, RPA, e-commerce, data science. Talking of cloud solutions, D365, Business Central, SFDC, CRM, Info CRM, and O365. Surround technologies, which touches upon Info EAM, DPM, Info CRM, business applications like Info LN, Business Central, Hospitality, Retail, LS Retail, Database Management, which covers MS SQL and Oracle. Infrastructure management primarily focusing on IMS, Azure management, disaster recovery, data and information security. So this is the technology service offerings that we have. And with that, with the focus today primarily on AI-based facial recognition for retail. As you know, the AI facial recognition has diversified its presence from advanced security systems to the palm of your hand of unlocking any mobile devices using facial ID. Retail segment is not left behind. It has very strong presence in retail segment as well, wherein it has taken the customer experience to a very new level of delight. Without wasting much time, I call upon my colleague, Mr. Surendra D, who is an expert in model retail solution using artificial facial recognition. Mr. Surendra, please take it up from here.
Good afternoon, everybody.
You are on mute. Can you please unmute? Sir?
Yeah, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me, all of you? Can you hear me?
Just a minute, we'll just try to unmute him. Yeah, I think you're unmuted now. Can you speak?
Yeah. So good afternoon, everybody, and I'm talking to you about the solution from Godrej, FacE AI Pro for
Just a minute,
retail.
I think there is a technical glitch. We can't hear you. Can you try unmuting once again at your end, Mr. Subin?
Yeah. Now is it okay? I have unmuted. Is that okay?
Yes, you're loud and clear.
Yeah. Thank you. So our solution, FacE AI Pro, is developed on artificial intelligence and deep learning. And a solution which would be very useful for the retail sector. The solution is developed on face geometry algorithms for detecting and recognizing faces in a video stream in real time. As already said, it uses artificial intelligence and deep learning integrated with IP video analytics. It's a very accurate solution and a lot of features, and it is tested to almost about 99% accuracy. Some of the features of the solution are detection and recognition from a range of 30 to 40 feet. It works both day and night, can create analytics from multiple IP feeds. You may already have IP cameras. It can take feeds from all these cameras and provide you with the analytics that's required. It can integrate with existing IP cameras. One important feature is if you have a mask on, the solution can still detect and recognize you. That's because of the face geometry algorithm. It can detect and recognize despite attempts to masquerade. That means, for example, you're wearing a wig, or you're wearing a false mustache, or wearing a false beard, or you're wearing a cap or something like that. It can still recognize you. It can work across enterprise or for standalone locations. Next, please. So we'll show you here a video. You can see the person coming there and the recognition happening over here. This is the image being displayed. This is the recognition. This is the detection. These are people coming normally. Now you see this person's coming with a mask and he gets recognized. This person's coming with the headwear, gets recognized. He's coming with the helmet on. You can see that whatever be the variation, the recognition happens. Next, please. Now in this, you see the person coming in front of the, again, this panel is the detection and this vertical is the recognition. This person is recognized, it takes seconds. Now with the mask, and the veil, what I'm trying to say here is whatever be the, whether you're wearing a mask or a helmet or a wig or whatever, the recognition happens because of the algorithm designed on the geometry. Now this person is wearing a wig over here. You can see now the recognition happening. Now these are twins. The twins too get recognized. Now you see the small baby. We are registered on this baby, and the baby is getting recognized over there. See over here. In this case, this person is coming with a helmet on, half helmet on. And you can see here is being recognized. This is with the wig. People coming in a crowd. All of them get recognized. Every single person is getting recognized over here. This is people in a group. This when they're bending down and then facing the camera. Even then this happens. Now somebody walking very fast. The recognition is there. Now in this boy and this person, we have registered and we have put them on a watch list. So all this, you can see the dashboard over here. It shows now this is number plate recognition that we have. Vehicle is coming from dark to light, getting recognized. Same way from light to dark, there's no issue, it's getting recognized. The motorcycle, two-wheeler. So our solution can be cloud hosted and also integrated with legacy applications. It's got a lot of analytics built in, crowd analytics, emotion analytics, footfall analytics, employee analytics, and the search engine also. It alerts when detecting people listed in a blacklist or offender database come over there. It alerts you instantly. Tracking on recognition of people, that is, suppose a person is recognized by the solution, it can track the person for up to 25 feet, whichever direction the person is moved. This person can be somebody in a blacklist or offender database. The idea of showing you the ANPR earlier was you can recognize the person right from getting down from the car park, getting down in the car park, and you know that there's a customer who has been registered in your database has arrived. Next, please. And you can see here, no, previous one. Here, this lady is a well-known actress in the movie industry. So she is coming here. She has been recognized by the salesperson as a previous customer. She is surprised when he's greeting her by name, but that recognition's happened, and that's how he knows her name and is welcoming her. Now you can see here the recognition just happened, and this person is now shopping. Incidentally, this is a simulated environment of a retail store. And other customers are also being recognized. This is where the recognition is happening. The idea of showing you this video is to see what all analytics it can display. And the emotions of the person after completing the shopping. So here the salesperson greeting the person by name, and that gives a lot of positive vibes to the customer. This gives you a lot of like time spent in different places. Then what is the mood of the person, what is the gender. It showed there that that person is a male, the approximate age is so much, and what is the expression over there, whether it's a neutral expression or sad expression or a happy expression. Could see in the previous image, female 20 years, 28 years approximately. That is the gender and the age of the person. This gives you a dashboard on the emotional quotient. The analytics which are here are quite a lot. For example, footfall, it can tell you how many people came in a particular hour. Of these people, how many were male, how many were female? What are the age bracket of these people as they came in? And how much time they spent in a particular area. For example, once they come into a retail showroom, you look at the mannequin display and how much time you spent on that, merchandising display, which part of the store you are spending more time, which are the items that you have picked up and then kept back, picked up and then procured. It can be integrated with employee analytics, how the customer reacted to an employee, how the customer was treated by the employee, the time spent with the customer in the store, whether the time spent has resulted in a procurement or not. It can tell you even demographic analysis, like there are a chain of stores. So which part of the day the footfall is more, which part of the day footfall is less. A lot of analytics like this, and you can see a dashboard showing all of this. One is the mood analysis, the other is the footfall analysis. All these things are there. Next part. So this is persons coming up a slide in a mall, and you can see the recognition of both of them happening over there, despite them being on a moving escalator, and they're being viewed from almost about 20 odd feet. Next, please. So some of the typical problems which you have tried to address and what has been found in retail store is lack of automatic and real-time customer analysis as a solution. Lack of automatic and real-time store-wise analysis. Like I told you, how many people are patronizing when you will not have immediate information, and this helps you sort out all of that. Difficult to identify hot and cold zones in the store. Which part of the store is more patronized than others? And what could be done to improve that? Non-availability of any actionable business insights and intelligence. No tool available to manage merchandising based on customer analytics. No tool to monitor the availability of workforce in the store and to monitor behavior of the workforce. Many times you find that employees look disinterested when handling a customer, and that puts them off. Or the employee might be rude, the customer might be asking them to show things repeatedly, and that may not be working out for them. Lack of optimized solutions to manage promotions and product displays, and inaccurate resources among the stores. Coming to point 7, lack of optimized solutions to manage promotion. See, for example, if I, as a store manager, I find that somebody is more interested in a particular product. So next time the customer comes, you could display a promotion on a kiosk or something like that, on a display board to that customer when he comes in, and greet the person by name. Next, please. So the analysis I told you was a footfall analysis. Now, hour-wise or any segment time-wise, what are the footfalls that are happening? How many people are coming? Out of these people who come in, what are the gender of the people? How many of them are male? How many of them are female? How many of them are belonging to which age category? The age may not be exactly accurate, but it gives you a rough, for example, between 25 to 30 years or 30 to 35 years. Emotion quotient score, dwell time, how much time the person has spent at a particular location or in the store itself. Then people tracking and people density estimation, which part of the store more people are there, which part of the store people are moving around, can be in a mall also, which part of the mall is being patronized, feedback estimation, generally based on the mood again, repetitive customer analytics, when a customer comes in, how many times this person has visited the store already, what was that the previous time that he or she showed interest in, crowd detection, which part of the store more people are there, where perhaps you need to put more staff, recognition of people who have been previously identified as shoplifters or suspects. This is something important because many times we see people who have got away with something and again come and try the luck. So this could be some of the things. These are all the analytics that you get, and a lot more analytics can come in also, like merchandising analytics, like which part of the merchandise is attracting people, which part of the display is attracting people, and that can give you an information on what you need to do as corrective action, demographic analysis, etc. Next, please. So the image of a customer visiting the store is taken using an IP camera and stored in a database. If a purchase has been made, the image of the customer can be linked to the purchase details, what has been purchased. The store manager or executive can be alerted that a repeat customer is visiting. If no purchases have been made, the store assistant can seek the name of a customer and, if possible, mobile number. But still, the image would have been stored. If no purchases have been made, the same thing again got repeated. So generally, this is how the process goes. Next, please. Now, recognizing repeat customers and enhancing the shopping experience. Now, in this case, the store assistant, store executive, is receiving the client who has come in and greeting her by name. So that itself is a pleasant experience for a customer. Everybody likes to be recognized, definitely. Next. As I mentioned earlier, how many customers visited in a particular hour, how many of them were male or female, age group, then coming to dwell time, how much time has a customer spent overall in the store, in different parts of the store. As far as demography is concerned, location-wise analysis. For example, in location A, what are the footfalls between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock, or between 10 or 11? Of these, how many were male and how many were female, and what age group? Similarly, in the same time in another store, what could be the analysis? So that way, staff rotation also becomes easier. You can, probably give more attention to keep people on the toes at that point of time. As far as behavior analysis is concerned, store and product segmentation having maximum traction, and customer profiling analysis by gender, by day, store, location, customer emotion analysis. Next, please. People counting, and there's a dashboard for people counting and the dwell time. See, for example, on the other side, you have the people who have come, the male and female, the 66 and how many are there, total number of visits. A lot of insight this gives into. Next, please. Mapping the emotions of a customer during shopping can help enhance the experience of a customer. by analyzing and implementing correctives. For example, there's a person who is looking not very happy after his visit. Then you can investigate why the person was not happy and what could be done to improve his experience. Similarly, if somebody is happy, what could be done to improve his experience even more? You could probably even look at, complimenting the store executive who made that client happy. Next one, please. Emotional quotient index of customers during shopping, which helps stores improve customer experience while in the store. You can see this is very self-explanatory over here. Next, please. Again, there is an index of the same thing. It maps the emotions of the customers, emotions of the how they were handled, etc. Next, please. Time analysis is another thing which is very important. How did a customer navigate a store? When I'm using the word store, it can be a mall also. Which part was attended to first? Where did they go next? How much time did a customer spend in different parts of the store? How much of this time has resulted in a purchase? At which time did a customer prefer to shop? For example, do teenagers prefer to shop in the afternoons? Do older people shop in the evening hours or during particular days of the week? How many customers does the store have? Repeat customers. Did each visit of a repeat customer result in a sale? Which part of the store had the largest density and at what time? And coming to merchandising, which parts of segments cause confusion? How much time did a customer spend before a merchandised area and what was the result? Next, please. Threat analysis, recognition of people held during earlier shoplifting attempts or who have been placed in a suspect list. This will be based on a data registered in the database. As far as employee analysis is concerned, if employees come on time, they don't have to show their card, ID card, anything like that. Emotional analytics of employees will dealing with customers. Were they disinterested or were they putting effort? Or did they make the customers happy? Customer response analysis to an employee. How did the customer react to the behavior of an employee? And this analytics can be also used to design targeted promotional display campaigns or mobile-based, depending on age, gender, time spent, and dwell time. When I'm talking of this here, when a customer is entering the location, depending on the recognition and based on the previous purchases, you can target information on his mobile phone, or on a display or a kiosk. You can target promotionals, like, okay, in this row, there's a promotion for your item, something like that. Send promotional offers to customers on their mobile. Improving merchandising in areas which are not met patronized. There may be different areas and maybe a customer is not visiting that. You can analyze why that is happening so and take corrective action. Next, please. This was done for a very trusted brand actually in India. Repeat customers were identified so that they've been treated on a special basis. The analyzing of footfalls and number of customers on an hourly basis. To analyze time spent in different parts of the store. To identify and recognize prominent personalities, somebody known, like maybe an actor or an actress is coming, and you can afford VIP treatment on recognition. We are able to demonstrate all this very effectively, and we are in discussions for a rollout with them. Next, please. So this is again the emotional quotient analysis, which I mentioned to you earlier. Showing this so that the importance of this is quite a lot. Based on footfalls, what attracted them, which part of the store attracted them, where did they spend more time, what needs to be done for which segment of customer. For example, if it's a teenager and he's spending more time in, say, buying T-shirts and less time in some other area, then how do you improvise on that? Next, please. This is basically analytics in a mall, recognizes emotions like anger, happiness. It also which parts of the mall are being visited. You can see the different colors there, showing different emotions, showing different locations that we're visiting, patronizing, etc. Next, please. This is actually in a movie theater, and what are the emotions of the customers when they came out of the theater? Did they find the movie to be impressing them, whether they were neutral expression or a sad expression? And we also use heat analytics to map where all the employee had gone or where all a customer. For example, in this theater, there may be a food stall where they're patronizing, or which particular area they were patronizing. Next, please. This is to show in a multiplex digital emotional quotient experience. And when you come out of a theater watching a movie, how do you feel like? When you are entering a particular area, how do you feel like? You are, visiting a service counter being offered in a multiplex. How do you feel like that? So a lot of emotions can be mapped over here, age-wise. You can see here, different ages over there, time segment-wise, etc. Next, please. This is basically you visit different movies, and based on the emotion mapping, what are the analytics of the movie screen? For example, movie A might have made more people happier. Movie B, more people may be looking neutral. That means they're not particular about how they felt after the movie. Next, please. So what does it do? This retail analytics improve and optimize store profitability through real-time actionable analytics and data-driven inputs. And all these are very unique to a retail store. For example, enhance customer analysis through in-store analytics, draw customers repeatedly to the store. As the saying goes, a customer in hand is worth two in the bush. So optimize campaign return on investment through data-driven and targeted campaigns, all of which are again based on customer analytics data. Monitor employees' behavior towards customers and availability in the store. One thing I know, though we have today online presence and offline shopping, there are quite a few people who come to the store for shopping because of the touch and feel effect, because of the ability to spend time choosing something, which doesn't happen in a e-commerce segment. And all these things would be tremendously useful for improving the experience of a customer while in store. Next, please. So the smart store is again our offering. Godrej also offers Smart Edge, which is the application for inventory management within the store or in the warehouse of the store or in the store area using passive RFID, barcode, QR code. We can also do work on BLE beacons. Integrated smart shelf system. Smart card is a smart shopping cart. FacE Pro, which is as I've already mentioned, face recognition solution. IP video surveillance and smart kiosk, the self-checkout kiosk offered in partnership. So all these components together go to make a integrated smart store. Next, please. So this is at a leading watch store in India. You can see the RFID tags on the watches. Basically, the client wanted, a lot of analytics using RFID. How many watches have been bought by the client but remained unsold? How many have been picked up on first attempt? How many have been lying there without even coming to the retail display counter? A whole lot of analytics like this. And it gives you stock visibility and audit. You can do an audit of the entire store in less than about 10 minutes time, because RFID you can use to read multiple tags at a time. It can be integrated with the POS in any location, and it can be used for a single store or for a group of stores. Next, please. So the smart card has been developed for a leading fashion chain in India on a pilot basis. It also demonstrated at RAI the last year, where you have a card with a RFID reader over here. That whatever you are loading into the card will be easily and very quickly counted, and the value has been totted up over there. Similarly, when you remove the product from the card, what has been removed will be noted down, and that amount will be reduced accordingly. This next, please. This smart kiosk has already been used in a few locations. It's equipped with a barcode and RFID reader, user interface for self-payment and credit debit cards, etc. These kiosks can be used for a number of purposes: bill payment, product display and information, ticketing, etc. I was mentioning to you the previous slide about the shopping cart. There too, we can integrate it with a POS system. We can integrate with a tablet. You can display what all you bought, what all you have removed, etc. These are basically Android handheld and debit card readers, credit and debit card readers, very user friendly. And these are certified handheld terminals and EMV level 2 chip readers. All kinds of payments a card can be made over here. Now this is integrated with both the kiosk as well as with the shopping cart, which I mentioned earlier. Next, please. So any details, please contact us at infotech@godrej.com. We'd be very happy to respond to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Sudhir. It was very insightful, and I'm sure we all understand the usage of facial recognition and its widespread usage in retail, right across analytics, understanding the emotion patterns, the customer buying pattern, and taking it to the next level of customer experience. Sure. So I let the floor open for any Q&As. You can post your queries on the Q&A chat, and we'll be more than happy to take it up. Yeah, so there is one query which has come. What is the average investment needed? So it's all based on scenarios, Mr. Pradeep. It's based on different type of use cases. So accordingly, we'll be happy to understand more of the specific use case that you have, and give a more close to the right investment needed for such a solution to be deployed. Does anyone have any further queries? Yeah, so Pradeep, what we'll do is as I mentioned, for different type of analysis, it will need for one level of understanding to be done, particularly for 6 retail stores and the way we need to scale up for much more considering what sort of analysis that you would be looking forward for. So what we'll do is we'll connect to you on this to understand more specifically on the requirement, and accordingly we'll take it up more in detail with regards to the cost and related implication. Yeah, thank you. Can this technology help determine surface finish of material, dimension, and few data embossed on it? Mr. Sudhendra, would you like to take it up?
Could you repeat, Avinash?
Yeah, so can this technology also help in determining the surface finish of material, dimension, and few data embossed on it?
It could be done depending on. It could. Could you explain? Could you request them to explain that a little more? From what I could get, it's the surface what we are looking at, the dimensions what we are looking at. What else?
And few data that is embossed on it. So it's not a more of a human recognition, human facial recognition, but in terms of understanding.
For example, if there is an ID number printed on that, it can be recognized. If there is a if that dimension is a repeat dimension, I mean, it keeps coming very often, approximately it can be handled. Definitely it can be handled. As far as material is concerned, are you talking of the surface or the client talking of the surface or what is it?
Yeah, it's more to do with the surface finish of the material. So maybe it would need, if there is some further related queries and if it needs some more level of understanding, maybe we could connect in one-to-one more in detail to understand the required solutioning expected from this.
Yes, that would help a lot.
There is one more query. In case of a suspect, will there be an alarm or will it work in any specific manner? Particularly if there is a, I believe it's a case wherein there is a criminal or a face detection or burglary that is happening, and if it is a detection that happens, so will it give an alarm or will it give some intimation? Can the system trigger that?
You can definitely trigger the alarm, and that alarm can be an email, it can be an audio alarm. And also if there's any unusual action being performed, that can also trigger an alarm. Like for example, off office hours, if somebody has come in, it can probably trigger an alarm. But let's say your store closes at 9 p.m. and it's 11 p.m. somebody opening the door and entering. So it's beyond office hours, it can trigger an alarm, definitely. And the alarm can be customized and configured to the way the customer wants. Does that answer the question?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Right. So we will conclude this session as of now. We don't see any further queries in the pool. So if there is anything that you would like to know on this particular solution offering, we'll be more than happy to connect you at the email ID infotech@godrej.com. Thank you everyone for your presence. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much.